cartel. You know, John F. Kennedy
Georgia milestone.
started to move to abolish the Federal Reserve and issue U.S. notes, not Federal Reserve notes. And that's the main reason they finally killed him. That's why we were in Dallas yesterday, where close to 50 years ago they murdered JFK. You can say what you want about JFK, he wasn't perfect, but he was the last real president who was actually trying to wear the pants of the White House and run things. Since then, we've had a pure military coup in this country, financed by the enemy, the offshore Federal Reserve. You know, it came out this year that 16.6 trillion of the 27 plus trillion went overseas to foreign banks and foreign individuals. Your tax money that you've got to have your taxes raised, they say, to pay for, went to trillionaire banks, went to billionaire people. That's why Warren Buffett, who got banker bailout money through Bank of America and Wells Fargo, wants to raise your taxes. Because he's exempt. He wants your money. It's another one of their hoaxes, like telling you that the Federal Reserve is a government operation when it's private. And believe me, if you type in the Fed right now into a search engine, there are hundreds and hundreds of TV stations reporting on it, newspapers. This is big news. The bankers want to try to hijack movements against corruption on Wall Street. But I'm here to tell you, they have failed. The real enemy has been identified. And we will continue to identify the private Federal Reserve. Yeah, we got the income tax the same year we got the Federal Reserve. All that money goes to the private bank. That's why you write, if you don't just do withholding, but if you write checks to the IRS, they actually go to the Federal Reserve. Your tax money goes to these people. That's a pretty good scam, isn't it? How many businesses, how many homes, how many lives? I've seen the reports of the IRS grabbing people's wedding rings off their fingers. Oh, so these greedy, murdering globalists can sit on top of our nation and hijack it and use our country to take over the entire planet. It is wrong and it ends now! The system is not broken. It was built that way. That's absolutely right. This system, you can't go to this system and get it to make deals with you and give you concessions. All you can do is remove it because it's predatory, it's designed to enslave us, and that's why we need to end the banker-run Wall Street monopoly of power that is waging war against Main Street and the people of this country. Down with the Federal Reserve!
Taxation without representation.
Economic revolution.
Restore the Constitution.
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 What are we here to do?
End the raid.
What are we here to do?
End the raid.
What are we here to do?
Republican Democrat.